Welcome to Travel Secrets Mexico. Today, we're reporting from Nuevo Vallarta. This popular travel destination is located just 6 miles north of the Puerto Vallarta International Airport. Nuevo Vallarta is not a city or a village. It's a planned vacation community with some of the best resorts in Banderas Bay. This luxurious hotel zone has been developed over the last 15 years on one of the nicest beaches the Riviera Nayarit has to offer. On the 8-mile-long sandy beach, travelers find first-class resorts with everything to make their vacations relaxing and unforgettable. It all began many years ago with the vision of Graziano Sovernigo, an Italian-Canadian developer from West Vancouver. He created Paradise Village, an extraordinary resort with top-notch spa, 18-hole golf course, 9 restaurants, several pools, and a world-class marina. When you enter the complex at the Pyramid and Waterfall, you step into a fascinating new world. Paradise Village is not just another resort. It's a window to a great exotic vacation adventure. Wherever you go, you'll find ancient Mayan architecture, sculptures, and beautiful paintings. With 3 separate towers, the hotel is the centerpiece of the resort and a popular place to relax. Every Sunday evening, new arrivals are invited to a welcome party with a dance performance portraying the pre-Hispanic cultures. During the day, hotel guests enjoy one of the 3 pools. The water slides are great fun, not only for the kids, but also for adults. The warm ocean allows for extended stays in the water. Some prefer to watching the action from a comfortable beach chair in the shade while having a cool drink. Paradise Village offers nightly entertainment. Every Monday is Mexican Fiesta, featuring an exciting show with a wide selection of Mexican cuisine. Western night is also a family favorite. Another option is a romantic dinner in one of the resort's restaurants. Yachts from all over the world are docked at Paradise Village Marina. We asked Harbor Master Dick Markey to introduce us to his marina.
Paradise Village is a very unique marina as it is attached to Paradise Village Recreational Center. And that includes our hotel, golf course, spa, recreation area, and sports club, as well as a beach club. All of these facilities are available to all of the customers who come into our marina, as well as having access to fishing, snorkeling, paddleboarding, which they're doing now. And we also have regattas. The regattas that we run are kind of unique, inasmuch as this marina was chosen out of all the marinas in Mexico to house the Pan American World Games this year. That was a real feather in our cap as being the best one. We also have been selected by the Yachts International magazine to be one of the top 100 marinas in the world. That is very special. We also have the puddle jump. A puddle jump is the people who are leaving from the Pacific coast to go to the South Pacific. It's the longest trip that you can make on water. We spend 3 months working with them prior to their leaving, and every year we have about 20 to 40 boats that leave to start their circumnavigations or to just go to the South Pacific. Our marina is the first and the only clean marina certified in Mexico. This means that we are operating under the same rules and regulations as they do in California, which are the strictest in the United States. We're quite proud of that the water is potable, the fire suppression is adequate, and many other things about our marina. We're quite proud of the fact that we are affiliated with and owned by the same owner who owns Paradise Village. With doing this, we have the ability to combine all of the facilities to everyone. One of the things that's very unique about our situation is that it is the only safe haven in a hurricane hole for boats. We have one of the most active yacht clubs that there is on the west coast of Mexico, with a very, very significant junior program. Our junior sailors have competed in the Olympics, the local Olympics, as well as the national and international Olympics, and done very well. The yacht club is social as well as being on the water, and we run many regattas during the year. The biggest regatta in Mexico, which happens to be the Banderas Bay Regatta, is the home of our yacht club.
Environmentally concerned guests will be pleased to hear that the resort has built its own state-of-the-art water treatment plant that produces high-quality drinkable water. The plant is very eco-friendly and has no negative effect on the environment. Next to the hotel is a little zoo. The first attraction are the parrots. The girl that cares for these beautiful birds has trained them well.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Hello, Rudy.
I'm awesome and I know it.
There are also several Bengal tigers. This story began in 1996 when the government seized a tiger from traffickers and looked for a home for the animal. Graziano Sovenigo took the tiger in and started the largest breeding program in Mexico and one of the most successful in the world. More than 160 tigers have been born here and donated to zoos in the United States, Canada, and Latin America. The El Tigre golf course got its name from the tiger breeding program. What surprised us is that Jesus Carmona, the director of the El Tigre Golf and Country Club, is heavily involved in the conservation of this species. He raised several tiger babies that were rejected by their mothers in his home. When you play the golf course here, you get an added bonus. You might see one of the tiger cubs walking around the clubhouse and even might get to pet it. The golf course was designed by well-known Texas architect Robert Von Higgy. Water is the key feature on this par 72 golf course with its 7,239-yard layout. If you're looking to improve your game, you're at the right place. The professional staff can help you at any level of experience. Don't miss the Sunday brunch at the clubhouse. It's one of the best in the whole area. After a round of golf, many players visit Palenque for a sports massage. This world-class spa is right next to the Golf Pro Shop. More and more tourists come to Mexico for a purpose-driven vacation. Only 15 minutes from the white sandy beaches and luxury resorts of Puerto Vallarta is a place that most tourists never see. It's called Colonia Magasterio, also known as the city garbage dump. The combination of unemployment and extreme poverty led many people to scavenge along with the vultures. They walk in a festering landscape of rotting food, plastic bags, and junk, looking for recyclable materials to sell so they can provide for themselves and their families. Puerto Vallarta, like any other big city, produces tons of trash. Big trucks arrive here every day and dump what most would call trash. Working on a dump is considered one of the worst forms of labor. Over the years, people have figured out ways of organizing the trash and making small profits from recyclable materials. Garbage is a multi-billion-dollar business, and recyclers play an important role in the process because of their invaluable contribution to the environment.
Your organization has worked with families that are living in the dump since 2006. What do you feel like they have accomplished since then?
The biggest accomplishment I feel that the mission has made, of course, is creating an identity for the people that have been living in a garbage dump all their lives. They have a dignity now, and they have also an identity, and now they have a purpose in their life, and also a lot of hope for the future of their children. The future for the mission is to create this housing project so that people will have a proper place for them to live in outside of the garbage dump. Of course, in the next 4 years, the main needs is to be able to move them into this housing complex. As we know, they're going to need some furnishings, they're going to need some bedding, they're going to need some utilities, but the most important need is, of course, to be able to support the education programs for the children and also for the adults.
Winnie, how can our viewers help the charity out?
There's many ways that the viewers can help the charity. Of course, is they can become volunteers when they're on the vacation. They can come out and help at the mission. And then, of course, the main thing is they can become supporters of the mission, and donors of this mission. That's the best way that you can help the charity. Come and experience the work and become a volunteer.
Whenever we report about a new place, we interview people who have lived there for a long time. They know best how safe the area really is. And to convey a balanced picture, we also include some tourists who are spending their vacations here.
Well, I've lived in Mexico for the last year and a half, in the south of Mexico, and I think that there are problems in Mexico, we can't deny that, but it's very much located in different areas, much closer to the border towns. It's very much, if you're part of that, then there's a problem. If you're not part of that, then you don't experience it. I've never come across any problems. I've always felt extremely safe. Sometimes I even feel safer than I did in London. And I think I used to work with international volunteers that came to Mexico, so we had to be very aware of their safety, and we were always monitoring the safety in Oaxaca, in the south of Mexico, and we never had any problems. All of our volunteers were safe and happy, and so I do think we can't deny that there are problems, but it's very much kind of located in certain areas.
I think being originally from here, it's just it's a nice reminder to be able to travel around Mexico and really get to know the country at the deepest level with the people and the magic of every corner of it. And I think all the negative news that are out there, there are certain truths to that, but I think for the most part, Mexico is just an amazing and magical place that we need to remind ourselves of that it is Mexico. Mexico will always be Mexico, and the people will always be these amazing human beings. If you feel safe within, and if you go to the right places, you know, it's all going to be magical. So I think it's a great place to come to.
Yeah, so everybody talks about safety in Mexico, and you know, everybody's got an opinion. We've basically driven, I think, every road. We had a big fold-out map. We drove around our 58 VW bus, and we would highlight the lines on every road as we went, and there was like basically nothing left when we were done, and we never had a single issue, like literally not one like cross look from a person. It was like, I love Mexico. The country's amazing. People are always friendly. And it's an amazing place. Now with kids, Mexico's even better. I mean, the people here are so family oriented, and they just love children. I mean, like everywhere we go, it's just hands on our kids. They just want to touch them and squeeze them. And if one of them falls down, you know, immediately somebody jumps up to pick them up. I mean, it's just, I get this feeling of family that you don't get back in the States anymore, I guess.
Families love Nuevo Vallarta because most hotels offer all-inclusive. They want the best value for their vacation dollars. But the term all-inclusive has become confusing and some would argue even misleading. Does an all-inclusive trip really mean it includes all costs? And is it really an affordable alternative to an a la carte vacation? We asked an expert to shed some light on the all-inclusive concept.
Rodolfo, thank you very much for meeting us this afternoon. We're here at the beautiful Grand Velas Resort in Nuevo Vallarta. What can you tell us about the resort and how it's different than other all-inclusive resorts?
And Grand Velas is an all-suite resort. Every suite has more than 1,000 square feet and offer a spectacular ocean view. We have a world-class spa. We have 24 hours concierge who make sure that every single wish from our guests is attended. All our restaurants offer a fine a la carte dining and premium brands. We have a French restaurant, which is Piaf, Frida, which is a very good Mexican cuisine, and Luca, which is Italian Mediterranean cuisine. We have Selva del Mar, which is our snack bar by the pool, and Restaurante Azul.
All-inclusives seem to be great for families. Can you tell us why that would be?
The best part of the all-inclusive is that you are going to avoid the wallet fatigue, and more when you like to travel in a high-end.
Now you know the facts, and as you can see, it pays to do your homework and carefully study the different vacation packages. Don't get seduced by promises like limitless eating and drinking. Look for all the features and make sure your expectations line up with the resort's dictionary. If you are vacationing in Nuevo Vallarta and you are interested in earth-friendly adventures, you have a wide selection of activities. You can watch beautiful birds. There are nearly 350 bird species on different ecosystems and habitats. A short trip to the Marianas Islands allows you to combine water sports and ecological discovery. The islands are designated as a national park. The waters around the islands are perfect for swimming, snorkeling, kayaking, and exploring. For many years, Nuevo Vallarta has had one of the most advanced protection programs of marine turtles in the world. The sea turtle most commonly found in Nuevo Vallarta is the endangered olive ridley.
Well, we're here to release hatchlings of the olive ridley turtle species into the ocean.
They are endangered species, and what we basically do is recollect them all the nests, all the eggs from the nest of the beach, and then bring them here into this corral and wait for 45 days until they hatch out.
Exactly, and once they hatch out, they're kept in a safe location until sunset comes, which is the perfect day to make the release, and tourists are invited, also children, to with the guidance of a biologist, to release them safely into the ocean.
visit one of the nurseries and witness this miracle of nature and help free the turtles.
David, thank you very much for joining us today on Travel Secrets. It's a pleasure to be here at the Harkness Institute. Please, why don't you tell us a little bit about the Institute and how it differs from other educational experiences that the kids might have in Mexico?
Well, first of all, we're very unique in Mexico. We called it Harkness after the man who supplied the money and gave the direction to come up with a different learning technique to some of the best schools in the Northeast of the United States. Up to this point, you couldn't adopt that learning method because it required a large central library where kids could do research. And the method is you take the research, you do it intensively, you come back to class and you discuss it in a very Socratic method. The kids take over the learning process. They talk each other out, they find out what they've learned, and they learn more deeply than they could in any other method. It's the same learning that the best universities are now beginning to use. When we instituted Harkness, we decided that we had to have some benchmarks. And the benchmark that we chose were the College Board examinations. And they have a special test that they deliver for Mexico and Latin America. And I wanted to use this as a benchmark. And what we have discovered just since we started taking it, we are already the best school. If you go by that measurement, we're the best school in Mexico, which is incredible. It's attributable to the fact that we have fantastic teachers, but it's really attributable to the fact that this system works. You get much deeper learning, much more thorough learning on any subject.
So you help them actually get into colleges
We not only
around
help
the
them
world.
get into college, we help them get scholarships because most of these kids are middle class or lower middle class. And when I'm talking about middle class, I'm talking about earning as a family $25,000 a year. They can't even begin to think about going to a university in the United States.
What would some of the universities be that these kids have now been accepted into?
Well, we have a young man at the University of New Mexico, and the University of New Mexico has been excellent in working with us to get our kids in and give them scholarships. We have a young lady at Whitman College, which is one of the best small colleges in the Northwest, and a girl at Cornell. All of them right now are on the dean's list. In fact, the girl at Cornell was #1 in her class in her freshman year. All of our kids have ended up going to university, both in the United States and here.
So you have 100% graduation?
Yes.
That's impressive. Something to be very, very proud of.
We teach not just education, but values. And the two have to work hand in hand because I believe we're producing the future leaders of Mexico.
Nuevo Vallarta is also the home of Vallarta Adventures and its world-class dolphin center. The best choice for families and non-swimmers is the dolphin encounter. It takes place in the shallow water of the seawater pool. Here you can get acquainted with the friendly and curious character of these intelligent mammals. You can feel their smooth skin, feed them their favorite treat, play and communicate with them through hand signals like a professional trainer, and even get a kiss. The ultimate adventure is swimming with the dolphins. If you are seeking a little more action, you can participate in the Dolphin Extreme program and enjoy a high-speed push across the pool and watch an acrobatic performance by the dolphins right in front of you. This is truly a unique experience. The ideal way to experience the real Mexico is to participate in a backcountry adventure with an experienced guide. A nature walk shows you the flora and fauna of the Sierra Madre Mountains in amazing detail. See how the locals make tortillas and tacos. The southern region of Banderas Bay is a unique and charming region full of beauty, history, and culture. If you look for more adrenaline-pumping adventure, don't miss the Canopy Adventure Park with Mexico's best zip lines. Fly from platform to platform 90 feet above the forest floor. All zip lines in Puerto Vallarta have double security lines for extra safety. But there is more than zip lines. You can experience hanging bridges, rappels, ladders, suspended walkways, and swings. There is something for every adventure level. After an action-filled day, you may want to have a nice dinner in one of the restaurants in the Paradise Village Mall. A great place to relax with friends and enjoy a wide variety of excellent food. If you love meat, the Brazil Steakhouse is the restaurant for you. The quality of the food is excellent, and we know from experience you will come back. If you look for authentic Mexican cuisine, you should visit the Nopalitos Restaurant and Bar. The seafood here is outstanding, and so are the different Mexican dishes.